think number one is consensus. I don't think anybody has an argument for number one other than Bijan Robinson, right? Like, would you guys even consider anybody else?
I don't think so. We actually, in one of our leagues, Trevor and I traded, and I ended up with the one spot. Solely because I wanted Bijan Robinson.
Right.
I'm kind of packed at other positions. I don't think it matters who you have at any other position. Like Bijan Robinson's an instant starter, week one starter. He's going to be a 15-year starter for you.
And Trevor, so you trade that pick away. It's a super flex, so basically a 2 quarterback draft or 2 quarterback league. You have Russell Wilson, then you had Tom Brady. So you pretty much only had 1 quarterback. If you held on to that pick, would you still have gone Bijan Robinson?
Probably. I think you have to, especially with quarterbacks in a 2 quarterback league are a little tough because you never know when they're going to go. But when there's a run, there's a run. But I mean, you had to go Bijan. I mean, I love Jahmyr Gibbs. I think he's going to be great for Detroit. But I mean, to your point, there was never a question in my mind. It was just, if I can get Gibbs at 3, that's great. But number 1, there was no question.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. And if I was in that same situation, I think I would do the same.
I think I'm sorry to cut you off, Zach, but I think you have to take him, right? Like, he was by far the best player in this draft. I mean, people are talking about him being, the best running back prospects in Saquon Barkley. And I mean, other than Saquon's injuries, like Saquon would be fucking awesome if he wasn't hurt 3 out of his 4 years or whatever it is. Like, this is what Bijan Robinson is to me.
And again, we're grading that. My rankings here are for 1 quarterback, PPR, Dynasty rookies. But for just a really quick side tangent, just fantasy football as a whole, like, I love Bijan Robinson as a talent. I think he immediately steps in and, like, I don't think he needs to prove anything to me. Like, I would consider him possibly a top 5 talent at the running back position in the NFL. Right. But then he gets behind that Falcons offensive line, which is big and nasty and really fucking good. And he's going to be used out of the slot. Like, he's going to be lining up a wide receiver too. So, like, some people are talking, should he be considered a number 1 overall fantasy football, just redraft? I don't think I would go that far, at least until we see him in preseason training camp and stuff. But, like,
I agree. There's an argument.
Yeah, for sure. And I think that says a lot.
Right.
And
also, we all know that Arthur Smith wants to run the ball like no tomorrow.
Right. Yeah. And it's not like, I really like this Atlanta Falcons offense. I think the only question mark is really at quarterback and Desmond Ridder. But I don't think Desmond Ridder is going to be worse than what Marcus Mariota was last year.
Agreed.
To be completely honest. Taylor Heineke's there too. So if he is bad, then Heineke, I would assume, would come in.
I was going to say, I don't necessarily know that Desmond Ridder has a long leash or anything. I think Atlanta's they can win that division this year. And I think in order to do that, they need average quarterback play at best.
Exactly. I mean, they were competitive last year. That division sucked, but they were competitive in that division last year when nobody thought they should be. And that was with injuries. So healthy, 2 tight ends that I think are threats, as much as I love to discredit Kyle Pitts. Like, he's a threat. And then Jonnu Smith is there. I think that's big, especially for the running game. Like, they're going to be mauling people. And I'm not sure if anybody saw clips, because it seemed like nobody really watched the Falcons except for us, because we love Cordell Patterson and everything like that. This offensive line gets to the locker room and chugs fucking beers after the game.
Hell yeah.
Like, they're out there to maul people and chug beers. And that's the team that I want my running back for. They're running behind these guys.
That's all you ask for in an offensive lineman. Just maul a guy and chug a beer after.
Yeah. Perfect situation for Bijan Robinson.